Welcome to part 2. Now, I've said several times on this channel that the deputy president is a very emotional person. Yeah, and many Kenyans already know this. He's also very well known for his extremely short fuse. He can lose his temper in a flash. Yeah, and the results you get will not be good for you. Yeah, if you're on the receiving end. William Ruto has the distinction of being the only politician, who has actually been involved in a fight right inside the grounds of State House. And he was not even the president then. He was not even the deputy president then. Ruto accused the person he was fighting with then, Reuben Kiplagat Chesire, of calling him a conman, and spoiling his name. At the time, Bwana Chesire was old enough to be Ruto's dad. Comfortably so. Now, the reason why I bring this up is that some Kenyans are very sure the deputy president's response to Raila, when he was in the northeastern province this past week, was an emotional response. Because, after all, the first speech, the one which Raila responded to, and now which caused the deputy president to have this emotional response. That first speech, where he said it was not 21 billion, it is only 7 billion. I have a clip of that on this channel. It's in one of my recent videos. And clearly, the deputy president was very emotional when he was making that particular speech. His voice was clearly shaking. Indeed, I quipped that I've never seen the deputy president during his long political career make a speech with so much pent-up emotion, clearly coming out of him. So clearly an emotional speech there, Raila responds, and then the deputy president again gets very emotional, asking Raila why he's not selling mandazi as he promised in Kibra. Well, I don't agree. That response from the deputy president was not emotional, and I'm sure it had a very clear objective, and this is very sensitive, but I'll still include it in this video towards the tail end, so stick around. I'll tell you exactly why, and I'll tell you exactly what the objective was. So to put it all together, we are now seeing a direct confrontation between Deputy President William Ruto and His Excellency Raila Odinga. Now, around 2007, I heard somebody criticize Raila Odinga for being the kind of politician who does not think things through. And I believe at the time, that statement was accurate. However, today, Raila Odinga is not that kind of politician. He thinks things through. When he makes a statement, he knows what the response is going to be, or at least he has a pretty good idea, and he knows where it will all lead. And so, I'm persuaded that when he took on the deputy president, by immediately attacking the statement he made that it wasn't 21 billion, it is only 7 billion, Raila Odinga knew exactly what he's doing. And he knew what the response would be. And he knows where all this is going to end, what the end game here is. Now, take careful note of the fact that Raila Odinga has been avoiding any direct attacks at the deputy president. That is despite several provocations from the DP camp. He has kept mum. And at other times, he has had his allies, most of the time. His foot soldiers and his supporters have responded, not Raila himself. But this time, Raila Odinga responded directly. And he didn't use his parables. He's very famous for vitendawili. He did not use any vitendawili. That is parables. He spoke very directly. Indeed, more directly than his usual style. In my view, Raila Odinga behaved out of character. Completely out of political character. Take very careful note of that fact. And there's something else that has happened that is out of character of Raila very recently. Aisha Jumwa, the Malindi legislator, who has shown very clear and close allegiance to Deputy President William Ruto, although she's in ODM, was expelled from the ODM party. Now, if you're regular on this channel, you will know that in earlier videos, I insinuated that I did not expect Aisha Jumwa to be expelled. Indeed, what I expected was that Raila Odinga would save her. Raila Odinga and Aisha Jumwa have always been tight. You can catch those videos on this channel. I made them 2-3 months ago. But the decision was made. Obviously, it got the nod of the leader of ODM. And Aisha Jumwa now is partyless. Which means, according to the constitution, she has to go back to the people who elected her and vie for another election. Either as an independent candidate or a member of another political party, but not ODM. This may not happen immediately. However, if there's going to be a by-election, that is going to be one very interesting contest. I say that because there are very clear signs that the Kilifi governor, and Malindi is in Kilifi, that the Kilifi governor has been gravitating towards supporting the deputy president in recent times. And this is a very experienced, very influential politician in the area. And therefore, if he was to throw his weight behind Aisha Jumwa, or get his key supporters to throw their weight behind Aisha Jumwa, chini ya maji, it is going to be one bruising battle, whose outcome cannot be clearly predicted. Anyway, coming back to what we're discussing, why is Raila Odinga behaving out of character? There has to be a reason. So here's the situation very clearly. We are seeing the deputy president under siege. Those close to him are in trouble. And the expected cleanup of cabinet, many Kenyans are sure, will see the deputy president's allies on the losing end. And we are seeing a situation where the deputy president is fighting back. And so the reason why the country is in such a dangerous position is because when two mighty elephants fight, it is the grass that gets very badly damaged. And here we have two very mighty elephants in a clear fight. One mighty elephant is called the handshake, and the other mighty elephant is called Deputy President William Ruto. And the last time something close to this happened, things were very bad in Kenya. That was in 1965-1966, when founding President Jomo Kenyatta fell out with his Vice President Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, father to Raila. The long and short of what happened as a result of that is that Nyanza, the home province of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, ended up isolated from the center of power as far as Kenyan politics was concerned. The province was classified as an enemy of the state, and remained in that position, indeed remains in that position to date, until the recent handshake on March 9th, which ended that particular situation. And with all due respect, to this very great Kenyan, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was not as powerful, not as connected, not as wealthy as Deputy President William Ruto is today. There are other compelling reasons why I say we're in a very dangerous situation, but that one alone should be convincing enough to anybody who may want to doubt that we're in a very, very tricky, sensitive, and extremely dangerous situation as a country. Now, with that kind of information, the recent long meeting between Raila Odinga and KANU's Gideon Moi starts to make a lot of sense. Somebody is clearly making a very spirited effort, yeah, to ensure that the country does not go through a repeat of 1966. During Jaramogi's days, there was no Gideon Moi in Nyanza. Had there been a Gideon Moi in 1966 in Nyanza, you can be sure that that person would have been brought on board to try and neutralize the situation. Now, in closing, I promise to tell you why the Deputy President attacked Raila in what appears to have been an emotional response. What the Deputy President was doing, was provoking anti-Raila sentiments. Now, in the run-up to the 2017 elections, Jubilee got stronger by drumming up, and provoking anti-Raila sentiments amongst their supporters. And that is precisely what the Deputy President is doing now. It may not work very well in Central Province, although there are those who may disagree, However, it will definitely work in the Rift Valley. I leave you to chew on the very heavy statements and the very loaded phrases I've used in this video series. Until next time, this is Kshs Kumekucha.